Hello everybody. Today's lesson is going to be talking about describing data, specifically frequency tables, distributions, and graphic presentations. Our objectives today are to discuss how to make and interpret a frequency table for categorical variables, to make and interpret a bar chart or a pie chart, and to make and interpret bar charts and pie charts for marginal distributions. Just recapping a little bit, remember that numerical variables take on values with equal units, such as weight in pounds and time in hours, also referred to as quantitative. And those variables can be either discrete, only certain values, or continuous, any values within a range. Or categorical variables, which are places the person or thing into a category. These are also referred to as qualitative. I have three rules of data analysis. Make a picture, or make a picture. Making pictures or diagrams are very, very helpful to us, and I constantly am drawing little pictures on scrap paper or whatever as to what I know and or creating graphics. The value of doing that helps reveal things that we can't see in a table of numbers very easily, or to show important features and patterns in the data. And it is excellent in supporting our findings or presenting information to others. A frequency table organizes data by recording totals and category names as in the table below. You'll see here I'm using a hypothetical car color preferences table indicating car colors of white, black, red, or other, and giving the frequency of these observed preferences that total 111. So this would be a frequency table. How we do this in Excel is you would create your table like it looks here, and then you would do highlight the columns and rows that you want to display in a chart, which I will show you in a second. And then you would do insert. You'd go up to the insert file and then pick out the chart that you want to show. We'll get to that in just a minute. A frequency table is different from a relative frequency table. In this case, you'll see that the frequency table looks very similar to the previous one, but I've added another column which shows the percentages of that particular category. The percentages are calculated by dividing the frequency of your particular category by the total. So in this particular case, 32 divided by 111 gives you 29%. And you'll see when you add those up, it equals 100%. When you're doing the actual formula, in this particular case, let's say this is column A, B, and C, this 29% would be taking this column B divided by this column and row number of 111. The formula that would tell you to always use this 111 would be, let's say this is 1, 2, 3. So let's say that this is B3, and this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be B8. This formula would be B3 divided by B8, but if I'm going to copy this formula down in front of the B, when we're referring to B8, we put $B, $8. And then when you copy this down, it will work. So try that. The percentage of the data in each category is found by dividing the count in each category by the total number. Now, a bar chart is presenting the data showing the counts for each category next to each other, and this is obviously very good for just visual comparison. The way that you create this bar chart is by highlighting the rows and columns that you want to present. Once you've highlighted that, then go up to the Insert tab, select the bar chart icon, and hit Enter, and then you can add in chart your chart title or whatever you'd like. It's pretty simple, so I'd like you to play with that a little bit. Okay, let's go on. A relative bar chart is the same except relative. Anytime you hear in statistics relative, then I want you to think percentages. So in this case, this is a relative bar chart, so it is describing the percentages, and you'll see down the side, rather than the counts that you saw previously, you'll see percentages. Now, what's interesting here is if you look at this chart, and I'm going to click back one slide, just visualize what these bars look like, and you'll see that, oh, they look the same, except over here we have counts. So relative bar charts and look graphically very similar, or exact actually, to the shapes of the other charts. The counts are replaced by percentages, then this is being displayed as a relative frequency bar chart, or a relative bar chart. Okay, so let's talk about pie charts. Pie charts are taking the data, and each slice of the pie is represented by its percentage of the total. So it's very good for comparing relative sizes visually when you do not have a lot of slices to the pie. Pie charts get very cluttered if you have more than about half a dozen slices of the pie, in which case one option is always to create an other category and lump in categories that have very small percentages of the total. You can do this by highlighting your numbers or your percentages and then going to Insert and pick out Pie Chart and hit Enter. So that's an introduction to the frequency tables and charts, pie charts, and bar charts. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. We'll talk to you later.